So far, all our examples were talking about setting up a joint expense account together and managing your expenses accordingly. In fact, in the following sessions also, you will see that we talk about moving towards a common goal of creating wealth together and investing in a way that you can achieve your goals together. So basically, we've generally advised that as you get married and you're living together, everything gets combined, and so you marry your finances also. Yes, from a tax and cash flow perspective, there is a particular flow in which the money has to be, but still you are working together, and that is basically marrying your finances. But there could be some couples, who may not be comfortable in doing that and who may feel that this is a little bit too much and you want to keep your financial independence intact. For such couples, don't worry, it is not that this is the only way to manage your money. There are basically 3 ways that we generally advise people. The first one is marry your money, which we've discussed so far, right? The second one is following a hybrid approach, where basically for your joint expenses, you transfer money to your joint expense account, but for your personal spends, you continue to spend money from your individual accounts. Like it is possible that, you have your parents' responsibility and you're making your own money and you don't want your spouse to manage that for you because you're independent enough to do that. So you make those expenses from your bank account. So this is a hybrid approach where for your joint goals, you're working together, but for your individual goals and your individual responsibilities, you are managing things on your own. The third approach is basically keep your money separate. It is an option that you can use when you are very sure that doing everything together is not something that is going to work for us. You're very clear that you're very distinctively different personalities where you have a lot of love and affection for each other, but that doesn't mean that you want to manage your money together, and that's completely all right. It's just that you will have to take an extra effort to ensure that you both are doing your part with respect to managing money. Like you could have your respective bank accounts, but you will have to split the bills to ensure that you are paying your share of the bills and your spouse is paying their share of the bills. So it does mean managing multiple accounts, which can be a little confusing, but you will have to just keep a track of monitoring things on your own, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. And in fact, we can advise some situations in which some couples would want to keep their accounts separate. In a situation where one of you have a significant debt, and this debt could be coming from your pre-marriage dates, like if you have an education loan, a huge education loan, went abroad to study, and in that situation, it's very possible that your spouse don't want to contribute towards your education loan. So in that situation, you continue to manage your finances individually. One person owns a business. Well, in this case, what happens is, the income is erratic, the risk levels of the two of you could be very different, and you may not align on things of how to invest. So then you keep things different. You have significantly different financial habits. Now this happens, right? I'm sure in the money belief session, it would have happened that, for some questions, you are completely contrasting, right? And if that is the case and you've come to a conclusion that you two have very distinctive money beliefs and have very distinctive financial habits, and you feel that it would be very difficult for you to come to a consensus every time and it would lead to money fights, then it's better to keep your finances separate. The fourth option is that you have this psychological need to keep your independence, to feel safe and secure. So it's absolutely all right if that is something that you're feeling and you want your independence, then you keep your finances separate. So please note that there is no right way or wrong way of managing your money as a couple. Where you both communicate better and you feel that you want to marry your money and work towards your goals together, go ahead, do that. In fact, we would advise most of the couples to do that. However, if you're very distinctive personalities and want to do things independently, keeping your money separate is also completely all right. But it is important at the end of this video, you talk it out and decide what will be your approach. Because once that is decided, the following sessions will make more sense to both of you.